Good morning from a chilly Epcot morning. I am Christopher with Plan Your Adventures, and we are at Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival. I'm actually here for day one. You're not going to see this video right away though, because I leave for a Disney cruise tomorrow. Stay tuned for all those vlogs. But I'm really excited to be here for the first day of a festival. I am here with my agency today, so I will talk to you when I can. I will update you when I can, but as soon as I get home from my Disney cruise, we're coming back, and I'll insert that right into this video, so you'll get lots of flower and garden content. I'm really excited. If you are new to Disney vlogs, basically Epcot has festivals throughout the year. There's 4 that kind of rotate depending on when you're here, and over the springtime is flower and garden. The big things that we're gonna see around the park are beautiful topiaries all around, and then food booths. Those are kind of the big reasons why you would come to this festival, to see all the flowers and all the beautifulness all over the park, and then also try all the food all around the World Showcase. So in this video, I'm gonna talk to you about what some of those food items look like. We'll look at some topiaries, and we'll talk about merchandise and all the things that are exclusive to the Flower and Garden Festival. I'm excited. Let's dive right in. So step 1 for any festival is to grab a passport. They're definitely going to be at the front of the park and usually sprinkled throughout as well. But this is what's going to show you all of the different food offerings and things like that for the festival. Right as you walk in the park this year, there is a new topiary of Moana and Friends. We're going to have to take a look at it at night as well, because I know there's some cool special effects and it lights up and stuff, but this is a really pretty one. As we walk around and look at the topiaries, really look at the detail, okay? Like, these are all made out of flowers and earth and nature. It's very impressive. So here's like a little bit, I'm gonna try and flip with one hand, of a look inside the festival passport. So we talk about the different topiaries, of course, the merchandise. We can kind of see, if I can get to that page, that is available at the festival. But then also, the main reason people use it is for these pages. So this is gonna show all of the different food items available at the different booths as we walk around the park. So the very last page also shows a garden graze. So basically, if you purchase 5 of these items, and you can double up if you really want 5 biscuits and gravy, you can. They'll stamp this every time you buy one of these items, and then you'll get a treat at the end of the day, or at the end of you filling this card out. So you just have to purchase 5, and we'll show you what that treat is too. I'll figure out what it is. But this is a really cool thing. And if you're coming multiple times, you can keep this booklet. It's not just per day. Like, you could come back week after week after week if you're local like me, and fill it out throughout your time in Epcot throughout the festival. Okay, so we tried a couple things so far. I'm just doing like little bites because there's a lot of different people here kind of sharing the items to get content of, but I'll insert any footage that I got. And then when I come back next week, which again will still be in this video, we'll have a more in-depth me trying on camera. But so far so good. There's some really good items. I tried this like chocolate bar s'mores situation that was really like rich, dark chocolate, really good. So we've had some good things. There was a dip platter that was really good, a cocktail flight that was kind of weak, but I'll insert all of that footage, and we'll chat more about items as when I'm here by myself. It's kind of hard to vlog when I'm here with lots of others, but we're having a blast, a really good time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, that looks really good. Okay, so we are at Towel and Trellis. This is the farmhouse meatball, which is an impossible meat. And inside here is lentil bread, spinach, marinated vegetables, and a creamy herb aioli. So excited to give this a try. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a try. Kristen left me hanging, and Jessie is looking at some butterflies right now. So we're gonna cut into this. So it's an impossible meat situation. Just gonna try and get a little bit of everything. It is good flavors. A little bit dry, to be honest. I could use a little more of that aioli, but really good flavors. Let's give it another try. Maybe. Yeah, it's good. I don't know if I would get it again, but it's good. You may speak now.
I was told I could not speak. Yeah, that's fine. It's just a little dry.
Yeah, this is a closer look of like the inside, but
I know.
A little dry.
Like every impossible thing has like a aftertaste to it, and that has it.
Yeah, this is also a really good shot. You're welcome, Jesse. Look at us framing.
It was almost like we're professionals.
But it was good. I wouldn't get it again, but
No, I would definitely not get that again.
Pineapple Promenade. This is an important one because we're going to pick up the Garden Gray's finisher prize. So we'll get to see what that is. And then I think we're also going to grab a violet lemonade, which is always a festival fave. So you can barely see because some of the stamps are very light, but we did get our 5 stamps for completing the Garden Grays, which again was 5 of these items. You can double up. You don't have to do 5 different items. And now we're going to get our festival treat. Oh, very nice.
Trying to run away. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, good morning again from EPCOT for the Flower and Garden Festival. It's like actually 2 weeks later. I'm back from my cruise and I'm just here for you guys today. I'm not here with my agency. We're just gonna walk around. If you're still here, if you made it through that weird opening situation, comment down below a flower emoji. I had a lot of fun here with my agency getting content for them, but I'm excited to explore and talk to you a little bit more about this festival, some of the food offerings. We're gonna look at the merchandise and all of the things that you would come to EPCOT Flower and Garden Festival for. So if you are interested, make sure to keep watching. We brought back our passport. Don't forget this, because if you're doing the Garden Grays at the back, I know I showed you in the earlier clips like what that prize looks like, but you can come back again and again and again during this festival. Just bring this book so they can keep stamping the same one. If you forget it, grab a new book and then they can always compile them later. But anyway, let's get into it. I don't know where I want to start today. There is some food I want to try and some things I want to look at. Maybe we start with the merchandise since we're right here by the big shop. So let's go in there and see what merch is offered for this year's festival. So for any festival, there will be exclusive merchandise just for that festival. When I came that first day with my agency, I was actually blown away by how much merchandise there is. Usually I feel like there's like 2 different collections and a pass holder collection. There's a bunch this time. So let's look at some of those different offerings. Honestly, you can find everything, right? You could be head to toe Flower and Garden Festival. You could have a new bag, a new pair of ears, stuff for your kitchen. Literally, they have it all. But let's take a quick look at some of the offerings and what the different collections look like. I also think the displays that they do are always very pretty. I know Orange Bird's in there, so we'll take a quick peek. And then the pins. There's also a lot of pins, which I may get one today. We'll see. We're getting here to creations now, but I also want to show. Look at these trash cans that we have for this festival. They really went all out. You'll see all throughout the park lots of really cute decor and touches that they do. So we have Spike the Bee, and then over here, if I can zoom you in, we have an Orange Bird one. Isn't that so cute? But anyway, let's go into creations. So first up, we obviously have a whole collection devoted to Orange Bird. Orange Bird's a character that was created to kind of help advertise the park when it first opened at Disney World, not EPCOT, Disney World as a whole. It was a partnership with like orange blossom farmers and stuff in the area. So we have a whole collection for Orange Bird, and you'll see him a lot throughout this festival. This is like his festival, but he's so cute. This is one of the spirit jerseys. It's like on the bottom a towel material. Seems very like fluffy and comfortable. This is the 30th anniversary of this festival, so we'll see that kind of indicated on some of the different pieces. Ooh, I like this shirt. Orange bird ears. There's a couple different ears, but this is the orange bird one. Let's come over here to the Spike the Bee collection. I like that little bag. Oh, more orange bird. Did we see this? This is a lounge fly, but it's kind of a little bit of a different situation than I'm used to. Oh, and these are magnetic. Ooh, I do like that. And to be honest with you, this has dwindled down from what I saw when I was here 2 weeks ago. This is crazy. A lot of stuff, I guess, has sold out, or they have less of it, or whatever. There still is plenty, don't get me wrong. We're gonna look at everything else in a second, but I'm like, wait, I don't see that, I don't see that. So, interesting. If you see something, it's a big thing with Disney merch. If you see something and you like it, get it. You can always return it, but you never know if it'll still be there next time. A little bit more in the Spike the Bee collection, like I said. How cute are these? There was an orange bird one too, matching that trash can we saw outside. This is another collection. We have some Alice in Wonderland merchandise with this festival. This is the thing that I'm noticing. There was like a whole display when I was here 2 weeks ago, and that's all gone. But there is still some cute stuff. This is the annual pass holder collection for this one. So we have a Mickey garden theme. Ooh, I like that it says pass holder on it. And we have some hats. Okay. Figment. I don't know if this is necessarily exclusive to this collection, because Figment is really Festival of the Arts is where he shines the most, I feel like. But I don't remember seeing this last time. So we'll take a quick look. Oh yeah, look at those Figment ears. Okay, we have the pins. So even though some of the items are missing, I still see there's lots of pins with this festival. We have Spike the Bee stuff, Figment. Oh, I didn't see that before. Winnie the Pooh. I really like this Winnie the Pooh one. All right, I just took a little bit of time. If you missed, I don't know if it was in a video or Instagram stories, I'm playing around with the Pandora bracelet and like returning things, exchanging things, figuring out like what feels right, because they are pricey. But I took a little bit of time doing that. And then just got some photos here in EPCOT. It's so beautiful, and I'm in my flowery shirt, perfect for flower and garden. We're walking over, we crossed the middle of EPCOT, the new garden area, and we're coming over to this side. So I'm outside of like the land pavilion right now. Over here we have a couple things, including some of the different topiaries that we'll take a look at. I think the Living with the Land ride has a little bit of an overlay. So I'm gonna see how long that wait time is. Maybe we'll do that. There's also a butterfly garden over here I want to check out. So there's so much I want to do today, but at the same time, it's like, we're chill, we're vibing, we can do whatever we want. I do want to try food with you, but I'm saving that probably until after we get into the World Showcase, because that's really where the good food starts. So let me show you some of these topiaries as we walk past. I think I showed you some when I was here before, but there's some cool ones over here. And honestly, like, EPCOT is just at its most beautiful. So even if there's not a topiary, it's still covered in beautiful flowers and things. This is a great time to come to EPCOT. This festival runs until, I want to say June 2nd. Let's see if I'm right. Yes, I am right. June 2nd. So this is the a new-ish topiary. I think it was here last year for this new movie, but it's in a different spot. And I know I said this in the last clip too, but just really look at all the detail there. It's all made out of flowers. Okay, so we are walking over to the land. Let's see if we can get on that Living with the Land ride. Okay, rookie mistake. Before we walked into the pavilion, I didn't check the wait times just to see what we were looking at. And for Living with the Land, it was too long. It's only 25 minutes, so that's not awful, but that ride, I feel like I can't go on it unless it's a 5 or 10 minute wait, let's be honest. But we'll come back to that. But we're right next to the butterfly landing, so let's go look at some butterflies. Here we go. It was very beautiful in there. There were lots of butterflies flying around. It's hard to like catch them on camera, but the flowers were beautiful. I say every time I come here during this festival, this is when EPCOT is at its most beautiful. So we're beginning to walk towards the World Showcase. That is where we'll start to see more of the food booths to explore. We'll see, there's also a scavenger hunt that goes on during festivals. So in addition to the garden graze, which is like you buy different food items and then you get a prize, there's another way to get a prize. So this one, well, I'll show it when we get into World Showcase, but basically there's a character that will be hiding throughout the different pavilions all over the world, and you'll have to kind of indicate on a map what character's where. We'll show you when we get over there. But, oh wait, we're right by the beautiful Lion King topiary. Let's look at that. I love this one. You know, it's like classic characters and they look so beautiful and realistic, but all made out of flowers. Oh, one more thing before we go to World Showcase. Let's look in Communicore Hall here. It's really pretty. We have lots of flower displays, and there's actually some educational elements in here as well that kind of explain how the Imagineers and Disney cast members put the different topiaries together. But I love that they're starting to do different, like, exhibits in here for the different festivals. Like this is kind of looking at clay models of some of the different topiaries that we'll see throughout the park. And then we have a beautiful Spike the Bee display up here. But here's what I was talking about with the educational piece. So if you want to learn more about it, or if your kids are here for like a school field trip, kind of quote unquote, if you're taking them out of school, some parents like to have things that they can still be learning while they're away on vacation. There's so much here at Disney World. That was kind of, you know, one of the founding things from Walt. He was big in the educational piece of it. So I love that they still are incorporating a little bit of that here into EPCOT. Okay, now for real. Let's go walk around the world. All right, we're just about at port of entry now, and we're gonna see quite a few topiaries as we walk past here. Also, I should note, they do have a lot of the merchandise for the festival at booths all throughout the park as well. So if you don't get it at the front, that's okay. That's just where they have most of it. But here's another beautiful one. Oh, I may try and get a photo. I don't think I remember seeing this one before. Really pretty. Blossoms of Fragrance, presented by Scentsy. So follow your nose through this scented garden. Yeah, so they all smell, I mean, they smell like spring. Right? They smell like flowers. But very pretty. Okay, I think I may be going the wrong way around the world today. Usually I am a big proponent of Mexico. starting in Mexico, I should say. I think we're starting in Canada today. There's a couple food items that I know I want on that side. I feel like I've changed my opinion. You know, everybody has a very strong opinion about starting in Mexico or Canada, but I feel like maybe it depends. Maybe it depends on what you want. You know, like, I don't know. Like, what do you want out of the day? Where do you want to go? What do you want to eat? What do you want to see? What ride do you want to do? That will determine where you start, right? So I'm not going to feel bad about it. We're starting in Canada today. Okay, we're walking into Canada, so I have a little bit of a faux pas that I kind of just did. So I have had it in my head all morning that I was going to get the Pop Eats grilled cheese and tomato soup situation today. I was like so excited. That was on my bingo card. And I'm like looking for it. I'm searching the map for where that booth is. I'm like, I think it's over here, but I don't see it.
Stay with your mother, I'm gonna go over here.
That was a festival of the arts food, y'all. Why? I'm at the wrong festival. That was months ago that was here. So, wah wah. So watch your food videos, do your research, talk to your travel agent, wink wink, and we'll make sure that the food that you want is there when you're actually going. I'm dead. Okay, we'll have to wait till next year for that. We are walking past Northern Bloom. Let me just peek at this menu. I don't think there's anything here we want, but let me just peek. But this is what they look like. So they're doing all the cooking and preparing right here. Most of them have some beer and cider options, or even a cocktail. Ooh, the beef tenderloin tips look good with whipped potatoes. That's a possibility. We may come back. So that is Northern Bloom here in Canada. Throughout the park, you will see some tables like this all throughout. There's not enough though, so you often are not going to have a table or a bench to sit and eat. You may just have to like fend for yourself and figure it out for yourself, you know? Okay, let's see. I'll let you know when we find the next booth or topiary. We're just kind of going to go for a grand circle tour of the World Showcase, so join me now as we walk in towards the United Kingdom Pavilion. We have Peter Pan and Captain Hook, as well as TikTok, the little crocodile. Okay, let's keep going. I love the UK Pavilion. I may stop and look at some of the merchandise because I love Winnie the Pooh. I was named after Christopher Robin, so I love that. And I studied abroad in London, so there's a lot of stuff I love in this pavilion. Oh, and Mary Poppins. Throwback to when they were going to do a Mary Poppins attraction. Don't bring it up. I'm still salty about it. Speaking of Winnie the Pooh and gang, they have some beautiful topiaries out here. They're just the cutest. My nieces and nephews call Winnie the Pooh Peppa Poo. So, Peppa Poo, I love it. There is another cool thing over here in the UK Pavilion. Before I go and look at some merchandise, I won't bore you with that though. I'll do that on my own time. But there is an English tea garden tour. I'm like, oh, I wonder what time it is. That starts in like 25 minutes. One day I would like to do that. But there also is a self-guided one. So you can kind of see. Actually, we'll stroll through the gardens, right? Let's stroll through the English gardens. They have a little bit of a scavenger hunt out here. So you can kind of go around and see some of the different plants for the teas. Like, ooh, and I love a chai. That's probably my favorite tea. I love a chai latte. Earl Grey lavender. Lady Grey black tea. So you can kind of come and do this little scavenger hunt. I know there is a way you can actually get a little prize. I think it's a bag of tea. But if you go into the store, just right here, they'll kind of explain that to you and give you whatever you need to complete said scavenger hunt. But for right now, we're just strolling, you know? We're just living our best lives. I really do love this pavilion. I have memories of the festival of the holidays when Father Christmas comes out here. I like it. Okay, I know I have mentioned this before, but pro tip, people don't realize it's back here. We're in the UK pavilion still. You're gonna walk all the way here to the back underneath this like green awning that you see. It's Christopher Robin's room. And Winnie the Pooh is often meeting and greeting there. We just happened to stroll on it and I was like, let's see if there's a line. There was like one person in line. It's so cute. You're in Christopher Robin's room. What I like about it too is it feels a little more private. Like for some other character meet and greets, there's a line of people like watching you do your meet and greet. For this one, they wait outside and you're kind of in there by yourself with Winnie the Pooh. So if I got a cute photo, I'll insert it. Nothing to do with Flower and Garden, but you know, an EPCOT pro tip for all you Peppa Pooh fans out there. We are walking over the bridge to the France pavilion now, and I don't care how long this line is, because it usually is a long line for the France booth. There's like a cheese moment that we are about to have. I don't care how long the line is, so let me show you what options there are here. Okay, so this is the France booth here. Couple good items, it looks like, although I forgot that this is goat cheese. I don't really like goat cheese. Let's go see. Oh, I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot. Somebody did tell me that, but let's look over here. Some of them have like pictures that you can look at. It looks so good, but I just don't like goat cheese. So I have heard amazing things about all the things at this booth, so I would recommend it. Unfortunately, I can't do goat cheese. I just can't. There's something about it. Maybe if I didn't know it was goat cheese, I don't know, but I can't do it. So we're not trying that today. We're gonna save our dollars for something I'll enjoy. But I wanted to show you this beautiful topiary over here. Oh look, it's even got like a moving piece in it. I'm enjoying just like doing a casual walk around the World Showcase. Now, if you are looking for like what every single food offering is at the festival, there are absolutely YouTube channels that I recommend to my clients and to my friends and family to watch. I can't afford to buy every single item at every booth. You know what I mean? Like, we're just here for fun. We're here to experience it, to share that experience with my clients and my friends. So, absolutely, there is tons of other content out there, and maybe one day we'll, be able to splurge and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars at a festival. But I think this is realistic. What most people do is they come, they see if something looks good, and they keep walking. That's what I would recommend doing. Look at the menu, see if it looks good, and do your research a little bit beforehand as well, right? Like, at the end of this video, I'll insert a clip of me talking about some of the other food items that I did try when I was here with my agency, and some things that I've heard from doing my research of things that people really liked. But with all that being said, I'm hungry, so we still gotta get something. I'm just letting you know, there's like dozens and dozens of food booths and hundreds of food options. So, it's not like we're gonna try everything. But I will share all of the things that I've learned and seen and did taste at the festival. I think also EPCOT just has really good food all year round. It really does. So whether it's a quick service option like here in France, I really want to go to Les Halles right now. It's beautiful food. But for the purposes of this video, I do want to show some different festival food offerings, which, speaking of, we're passing right now I don't know if it's Isla Fresca or Isla Fresca. Let me show you. I did try stuff here with my agency, so I can speak on that. So here is the menu. I tried the jerk chicken. It was really spicy, to be honest, when we had it. So I would not recommend it, but if you like spicy, it had great flavor. And the coconut chocolate flan, we tried that as well. That was pretty good if you like flan. It's kind of like a texture thing for me, to be honest. Sometimes I'm here for it, sometimes I'm not. But if you like flan and you're okay with that, really good. Okay, we're walking now in towards Morocco. When I came with my agency, we didn't do a ton around the world. We did a lot at the front of the park. So that's the stuff that I'll hop in at the end of this video to tell you a little bit more about what we ate up there. But let's keep walking around the world, and I'm sure something will tickle our fancy. Here's a nice spice garden here as we enter Morocco. I'll show you. I gotta stop showing you my face. You know what I look like, but isn't this what you're here to see? Beautiful EPCOT. Oh, I love it. So, this used to be not my favorite park. As a local though, I think this is my favorite park now. It's just a different energy, being able to just walk around and not even do anything, just kind of people watch and see what's going on in the pavilions and get some nice food. I really do appreciate, I should say, this park more than I used to. Okay, we're walking into the Japan pavilion. So I wanted to show you these offerings, and I did try some of these. The frushi is a fan festival favorite. Everybody loves the frushi. I actually enjoyed it this time. Think sushi, but with fruit. The first time I had it a couple years ago, wasn't a huge fan, but this time I enjoyed it. It's almost like dessert, but not super sweet. But really the star of the show for me was, oh, hello. This ramen cup was stunning. It is cold, so think, like a cold, almost pasta salad meets ramen, but it was delicious. I've had it a couple times. I thought about getting it again today, but I want to try one or two new items today. Every time I come here, I should try and try some new things. But 10 out of 10 recommend that ramen cup. Again, if you like the cold pasta soup moment. As we now walk into the America Pavilion on this world tour of EPCOT, let's talk about the concert series that happens here. So for each festival, there's some sort of concert or show that happens in the America Pavilion here. It's a nice big concert venue. For this one, I'll show you some clips of the different bands, I guess you would call them, that will be here for this festival. There is always dinner packages, so if you want to make sure you have a good seat for a concert, you can look into those dinner packages. And if you book with me as your travel agent, I do all of that work for you. But here we are. There's different show times. For this right now, it's at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m. There's a concert every night here. And they bring in some good artists. I'll insert some clips from when I was here last time. We were jamming out, having a good time. Here's a closer look at some of the artists coming here for this concert series. They have some Orlando local bands, and then they also have some just known, nationally known bands and artists that come. My personal favorites festivals for the shows are Festival of the Arts, because you have Broadway, and then Festival of the Holidays because you have the beautiful candlelight processional. But for Festival of the Gardens, Flower and Garden Festival, and Food and Wine Festival, which is happening next, they bring in these nice bands. So if you are interested in live entertainment, which everybody should experience, we have a lot of fun over here. Even if you don't know the band, which I usually don't, They're all very talented, and it's just a good time over here. Regal Eagle Smokehouse is a quick service here in the America Pavilion, and they do offer, it's like the cheapest, most affordable way to do a dining package with the Garden Rocks concert. So if you want like a cheap way to do it, that would be your best option. But otherwise, there's lots of sit-down, nicer restaurants all throughout World Showcase that will get you that reserved seat for the concert. Remember when I said we're starting in Canada because I want to ride, or I wanted some food items on this side of the park? I totally lied to you because I wanted the Poppy soup. We know how that turned out. And then I wanted that goat cheese thing before I remembered that it was goat cheese. So, oh, goodness. Adios mio. But we are now walking into the Italy Pavilion. This is usually not a recommended pavilion for festival foods. From all of the channels that I watch, they usually don't have the best of luck here. I'll show you what the menu looks like and you can decide for yourself. Alright, let's see. So we have a little salad, shrimp pasta, and the cannoli. That cannoli doesn't look too bad. There's literally no line, you guys. Like, nobody here. I think the news is out, the word is out, that this festival booth usually doesn't have the best. Which is crazy because the Italy Pavilion, normal food, fantastic. Via Napoli is some of my favorite pizza ever. But let's do a quick look over here. Before we go into Germany, they have this cute little village where it's here all the time with the train going. It's really a cute little village. But for each of the festivals, they switch out the signs on the light posts to match that current festival. So I like to stop here whenever I'm here for a festival to see the new signs. So they're celebrating Flower and Garden now in this little town. But it's very cool. You see the train coming by here. I love it. Okay, we're in Germany. This is it. I can feel it. We're gonna get a food item here. I can feel it. Also because I did my research and I know what the food items are. And there's something here that I do want to try. We're kind of walking right past Caramel Cucci right now, the caramel store. Oh, it smells so good over here in the Germany Pavilion. I love it. There's also lots and lots of seating in this pavilion. So good for Germany. But let's go get a little ham and cheese moment. Yeah, you can usually tell with how long a line is. And as you can see, we have a longer line here. France, Germany, Mexico, that's where you'll usually see the long lines, which means we got some good options. The potato pancakes look good too, and the warm cheese strudel. Honestly, eventually maybe we'll try them all. Okay, so we got the pretzel bread with ham and cheese, toasted. Let's see what we're working with. Oh, actually, I may not even need to cut it. It's kind of pre-sliced here. There's a lot of cheese on here. Okay. Cheers. Mmm. Oh, this is really good. Okay, that was delicious. I actually had that last year or 2 years ago whenever I was here for this festival last. And I remember liking it but not loving it. That was really good. Just really simple. You tasted the pretzel bread and it was like warm. The nuttiness of the cheese and the ham. It was really... I will get that again without question. But on our way leaving there, we saw the Spike the Bee scavenger hunt map. So you can pick it up all around the park. There's a lot of places that you can pick it up. It costs $9.99. And it's a map and some stickers. And basically what you're doing is you're going around the World Showcase and you're trying to find Spike the Bee. He's somewhere in each pavilion. And then he's going to be by or pollinating some sort of plant, whether it's a tomato plant or like a black tea plant, whatever the plant is, a lavender plant. And so you're gonna then put the lavender sticker, whatever pavilion you found that in. Was it Mexico? Was it America? Etc. Once you have that map completed, you bring it back to one of the spots around the park, and then you get your prize, which this year is like a little watering situation with a different character on it. So very cute way to spend 10 bucks, and it keeps the kids occupied. Some people feel that Epcot doesn't have enough for young kids. I don't really agree. There's still some great rides. There's some great characters. There's an educational aspect around World Showcase, but this is a way to really get the kids more involved throughout the world. Continuing our way, we're getting towards the end of the world. I can see the finish line in sight. But so next up is going to be the China Pavilion. They have some good food year round as well. I really like, they have good spring rolls, but for the purposes of today, maybe one day we'll eat around World Showcase just the normal food, but today we're focusing on the festival, which I should also point out, as we're walking, there are other topiaries, there's other gardens. The park is beautiful. We would be here for 85 hours if I showed you every flower for this festival. But just know, if you come here, main things you'll see are topiaries and gardens and beautiful things all throughout the park, and then these food booths, which we're trying to hit at least most of them to point out the menu and stuff. Alright, here is the menu here. I've heard really good things about the cheesy crab wontons. Ooh, these look really good. So it's easy at Disney to kind of lose track of how much money you're spending. I think it's even easier to do that at a festival. So a pro tip that a lot of people have is to actually get a gift card and put how much do you want to spend at the festival booths. Is it $50? Is it $100? And to do a gift card. You can actually get a wearable one on your wrist. And it's just very easy to use that to pay around at all of the booths. That just helps you keep track a little bit. And then when you hit $100 or whatever your budget was that you put on the gift card, you can decide, are we adding more? Are we gonna stop and wrap it up? You can make that decision for yourself. Lots of lines happening over here in Norway. This is spring break, so the park, we're definitely in that midday time right now, so it's definitely a little bit busy. But I didn't see a booth yet. I'm just kind of keeping my eye out to try and show you all the menus at least, and anything that I've heard from other people. But I think it's time for Mexico. Mexico is always a hit. Mexico is another one of those pavilions that the food all year round is amazing, whether it's one of the 2 quick services or one of the sit-down restaurants. They have great food here. So I love experimenting that food that I know my clients are going to be here for. I often steer away from festival food. Not always, because you can find some really delicious stuff. But don't forget, like if you happen to be here when Epcot doesn't have a festival, or if you're not vibing with the festival booths, which is actually me with this festival, there's a lot of things I'm just like meh about. But if you're not vibing with it, go check out the normal food that's here year round as well. Okay, let's look at this. So I did try some of these food items. I tried this. It was spicy, but really delicious. There was a lot of food on there, but it was definitely spicy. I also tried the elderflower cucumber margarita for $14.25. That was pretty good as well. And just like that, we are like at the front again, at least of World Showcase. But did you know there's actually quite a lot of booths at this front end of the park as well? That's a lot of what I tried when I was here with my agency. How about citrus blossom? So this is inside of this building here. They often put like figment or orange bird or something like that, a cool display in there. We did try a couple things. I don't think there was any standouts, but okay, let's look at BrunchCOT now. We tried a couple things last time we were here, like the avocado toast was delicious. very tomato heavy this year. The biscuits and gravy was not my favorite. It was very dry, and it is an Impossible sausage on there. But today we're gonna try the fried cinnamon roll bites because that looks stunning. I also got the Fruit Loops cereal shake. It was so good last time I had it, and I needed something like a drink, so we got that, and I thought it would go well with this. So we're having a little dessert. I know we didn't eat a lot of savory, but we're going right into the dessert. This, I already know, is gonna be so it tastes like your cereal. If you were to have Fruit Loops, like the milk left over after you finish your cereal. Now for one of these, which is probably like donut kind of vibe. Oh my god. I could cry. This is so good. Oh. There's like stuff inside. Oh my gosh. Ooh, it is warm and crowded. I mean, it's not hot, but like, I'm getting hot. I forget I'm in Florida now. Doesn't matter that it's March, it still is hot. I went to Starbucks and got a water, so don't forget everybody to get your water. And with that, that is the end of exploring Flower and Garden Festival. I'm sure I will be back. If I try more food, I'll make sure to include it over like on Instagram stories. So make sure you're following me over there. Oh, this music, it's giving me life, but copyright. But I hope you guys enjoyed this hodgepodge of a couple trips here to EPCOT and learned something maybe about the festival if you are planning to be here during that time. Don't forget, I'm a travel agent, so I would love to help plan your next trip, and I can provide all of my tips and resources, and I do a lot of the heavy lifting for you for your planning and booking reservations, and it's free for you. So send me a message. I would love to help planning today, but that is gonna do it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys real soon.